Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day or wonderful night. Today I'm reviewing this SMSL SA400 integrated amplifier, which is featuring SDA516BE Class D chips on each channel, which can put out 110 watts at 8 ohm load with staggering 230 watts at 4 ohm load. Based on that SDA516BE chips, their specs are pretty decent. They are really popular with manufacturers nowadays. So this amplifier is not only limited to SDA516BE chip. Another trick that they put in, or another thing that they make them better, is they're using a sign AX5689 output stage controller chip. So that is the put more refinement and more control over the frequency range to get better quality sound reproduction out of Class D amplifier chips. So my setup is very simple, featuring this MacBook Pro 15-inch using Audio Havana, and of course this SA400 amplifier with my Loxi D50 digital analog converter. That is one of the best sounding digital analog converter at under $1,000. So I try a few different speakers with them and end up using these two speakers, which I've been doing a few more reviews with them. So particularly I try with this Aperion Grand Concert Towers, which is I will be reviewing soon, and of course this Aperion Virus 3 V6T. So when I try the V8T, which is this bigger version of Virus series, top of the line offering from Aperion Audio. So when I raise the volume control knob at the 55 position, I can get it around like 100 to 105 decibel loudness. For my normal music listening, my volume control knob at the 10 to 15 position on the screen. So usually I listen with balance, and I try with RCA inputs, and the sound quality is not major different in my system with these speakers. Maybe a little quieter compared to regular single-ended RCA connections. So most of my music listening and sound demonstration you will hear using the balanced connections with my Loxi D50 digital analog converter. So my music selection is very diverse. I use a lot of different type of music, and mainly I listen to DSD formats, which can be really enjoyable experience with any kind of playback system. Using this SA400, listening to all my music, what I notice is compared to my previously tried and experienced Class D amplifiers, including S.M.S.L own DA9 or even like Crown XLS 1502 or 2002, what I notice is the how quiet this SA400 can be. So with all the equipment on, I can raise the volume control knob to maximum gain position. You will not hear speaker noise, the hiss background noise that you may notice with many type of Class D amplifiers. And then I also had a good experience with amplifiers such as BS Audio M700 monoblocks. So those are very powerful, very good sounding amplifiers, but they never get rid of that speaker hiss when you raise the volume control knob. So that's the great highlight of this SA400. What is the quietness that you will never experience with any other Class D amplifier in this price range or even a much higher price point, because this amplifier is absolutely quiet. If you put your ears next to the speakers, you can hear it a little bit, but if you are at your sitting position, you will not hear a thing. So performance-wise, power and sound quality is very impressive. It's powerful enough to drive pretty much any speakers that are available. Sound quality is the quietness and clean and neutral sound quality. Because most of my music listening, or pretty much all my music listening, I use direct setting. So that is my setup and setting that I use. I went through a bunch of different music from classical to heavy metal and everything in between. Then they all sounded very nice and very impactful. Sound quality with great grip and control on bass driver. It has the impressive driving powers, whether you are driving these two 8-inch drivers or 6.5-inch drivers, or even low sensitivity bookshare speakers such as CSS1 TDX. It can drive fully capable and impactful sound quality with nice slam and response from bottom end. Mid-range to upper mid-range has a very good refinement and very clean natural sound quality with very good authoritative control over that frequency range. Voices and vocals are very natural and very clean, transparent sound, accurately reproduce every available notes that humanly can hear. Compared to my experience with PS Audio M700 monoblocks, what I will notice right away is the effortless natural tone quality compared to the M700 by PS Audio. M700 Class D monoblock sounded very good, but it has a little bit of that Class D hiss, background speaker hiss that I can hear in quiet passages, especially when I'm playing loud. This one will not do that because with this speaker, this one will get me 100 dB right around like 50 gain setting. So if I get to like 50, 55, I will be getting super loud, like 100 to 105 decibel loudness. So after 90 decibel or so, that kind of loudness level, what I notice is the refinement is reduced. So what I mean by that is the upper frequency range get the reduce in depth of the stereo image. It gets shallower and lighter and lack a little bit of control and ability to reproduce refined and great definition and control sound quality. It's still providing wide and spacious soundstage, but it can get shallower and lack a little bit of control and refinement. That is only when you are playing super loud. So most of my normal music listening stay around like volume control knob 10 to 15 position on the screen. With that level of loudness, it's totally enjoyable musical experience. Every equipment have all the pros and cons. This one compared to, some may say, oh, this one is as same price as the Crown XLS 2002, etc. What I'm gonna tell you is it much better sound quality in terms of definition and refinement compared to Crown XLS series. Crown XLS series may have a more power, but mid-range and vocals and upper frequency for normal music listening level, like for me is like 65 to 80 decibel loudness. And sometimes I go to 85, depends on the music. When it's compared to that, this one is better sounding, better sound quality compared to those Crown XLS series. This one bulk solution standalone SMSL SA400 is definitely better by in terms of driving power, sound quality, and features and functions that you can get for this $650 retail price that currently available. So in terms of price and performance, I think this one is very impressive. Could be the one of the quietest Class D amplifier ever made, regardless of the price point. The seating position or even closer, I will not hear the hiss, but if I put my ears close to it, I can hear a little bit of hiss background noise from the speaker when music is not playing. So that is really impressive in my opinion for this price point. So like I mentioned before, driving power, sound quality, everything is as good as it can get in this price point. Out of curiosity, I tried my PMA S611. I tried them back to back. Then the difference can be noticeable right away. What I noticed right away was the space and airiness and refinement. And of course, this Class A bias amplifier have a better musicality and tone and texture of each and individual notes, and better spacious sound with the wider and more refinement all over the frequency range. But the price difference is very big. I mean, this one probably like $4,000 for this PMA SX11. This is $650. That in my book, that is a bargain for sound quality, price, performance, and ability to drive any available speakers currently in the market. And next thing is that this SA400 features the temperature display that you can turn it on from inside menu. The reason is it can run pretty hot. So this could be the one of the hottest Class D amplifier I have ever tried, because ideal temperature is around 50 degrees Celsius. When I push them really hard, it can get up to 60 to 62 degrees Celsius. Built-in fan will not kick in until it reaches the 65 degrees Celsius. So that is the one thing that I like to point it out. So that's why I put the Sobothane the feet underneath, so that way I get the probably it reduced like 2-3 degrees Celsius in operation temperature or idle temperature. So that is the little tip that I like to point it out. Usually all my Class D amplifiers store in this cabinet, but not this one. I have to put it outside in open space because that operation temperature is pretty hot. So my recommendation is you have to put them in nice open space, not in the tight and crowded space for the optimal performance. So I was a little worried. I even asked S.M.S.L. what is the operation temperature. They said it should be around 30 to 50 degrees Celsius. Either temperature is normal. It depends on your room temperature as well. This could be the one of my best Class D experience next to PS Audio M700 in terms of sound quality and refinement and musicality. I really like that PS Audio M700 mono blocks. Even compared to that, this one is not lacking behind, except when it gets to really loud volume, like after 90-95 decibel loudness. Normal music listening, it can go toe to toe. But a PS Audio M700 will have deeper soundstage and richer tone quality. This one is wider, spacious sound with more neutral sound quality, but you can still play around with tone control and preset 9 I think it has the 8 equalizer setting that you can play around. Before I forgot, this SMSL SA400 features the subwoofer output controller, which you can adjust from minus 30 to plus 10 dB, so you can control the loudness or the output stage of subwoofer output. And then you can also of course pair with the Bluetooth as well. So highly recommended, my friend. So let's turn it on. Once you hit this middle button, it will take you to the inside menu. So input selector, it has balance, unbalanced, and Bluetooth. And then the next one is equalizer setting. You can do total 9 different settings that you can play around with. So I use the direct setting. You can also adjust the bass and mid-range as well as high frequencies right here. And next one is subwoofer gain, so you can play around with plus or minus, so up to plus 10 decibel and minus 30 decibel you can do. You can also adjust the output gain. Right now I'm using at the medium gain setting as it came from the factory. Information display, you can do input selector or temperature display. This dimmer is the display, so how many seconds you want to leave it on, or you don't want to turn it off at all. So that is Good thing that if you like a black screen, that will be very useful. The brightness, that's the minimum brightness setting that I'm using. Those are all the things that you can do with this setting menu out of this SA400. So if you want to get out of menu, what you do is a push and hold, then it will take you back to the regular display screen. Thank you for watching and happy listening.